What mines beneath? The sun barely crested the horizon, casting a pale light over the small mining town. Jack Iron Thompson stood at the entrance of the mine, his rugged face etched with years of experience and determination. Round him, the team gathered, ready for another day in the depths of the earth. "All right, listen up," Jack's voice boomed. "Today, we've got a tough job ahead, but remember, safety first. We look out for each other down there." Eddie Sparky Johnson, the youngest of the group, flashed a grin. "I'm ready, Jack. Let's get this show on the road." Maria Moleskin Rodriguez adjusted her helmet, her sharp eyes already scanning the landscape for any geological anomalies. Tom, Bigfoot Miller, and Lisa Whispernuian exchanged a glance, their bond forged through years of working side by side. Henry Echo Williams, the communications specialist, checked his equipment one last time. With a final nod from Jack, the team descended into the mine, their laughter and banter echoing in the dark tunnels. The miners moved with practiced ease, each step echoing in the confined space. The air grew cooler as they ventured deeper. Maria's flashlight beam flickered over the rocky walls, highlighting unusual formations. "Hey, Jack," Maria called out. "Ever seen anything like this?" Jack paused, his gaze following Maria's light. "Strange, we'll keep an eye on it. Come on, let's stay focused." As they pushed forward, the team settled into their tasks. Eddie worked on the electrical setup, his enthusiasm contagious. Tom operated the heavy machinery with the precision of a seasoned pro. Lisa ensured their medical supplies were in order, ready for any emergencies. Henry monitored their communication line, ensuring they stayed connected with the surface. In a quiet moment, Jack found himself standing beside Maria, who was examining a particularly interesting rock formation. "You've got a good eye, Maria. Your dad would be proud." Maria smiled, her fingers tracing the contours of the rock. "Thanks, Jack. He always said there were secrets buried deep within the earth, waiting to be discovered." Meanwhile, Eddie and Henry shared a laugh as they worked on a particularly tricky wiring setup. "You ever think about what's down here, Henry?" Eddie asked, his eyes gleaming with curiosity. Henry shrugged, his focus on the wires. "I try not to. Too many horror stories about what lies beneath." Tom and Lisa chatted as they organized their supplies. "You ever get tired of this, Tom?" Lisa asked, her voice soft. Tom shook his head, a gentle smile on his face. "Never. This is home. Besides, we've got each other. That's what matters." The first tremor was barely noticeable, a subtle shift beneath their feet. But within moments, the ground shuddered violently. Rocks dislodged from the ceiling, and a deafening roar filled the tunnel. "Take cover," Jack shouted, his voice barely audible over the chaos. The miners scrambled for safety, their hearts pounding. Dust and debris filled the air, blinding them. When the tremors finally subsided, a heavy silence fell. The team gathered, their faces pale and dust-covered. Lisa quickly tended to minor injuries, her hands steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Henry fiddled with his radio, trying to re-establish contact with the surface. "We're cut off," he announced, frustration evident in his tone. No signal. Jack assessed their situation, his mind racing. "All right, let's stay calm. We need to find another way out." As they navigated the labyrinthine tunnels, an eerie sound reached their ears, a faint, rhythmic noise, almost like breathing. Maria paused, her brow furrowing. "Do you hear that?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The group fell silent, straining to listen. The sound was unmistakable, a steady inhale and exhale coming from deep within the mine. Following the sound, they reached a section of the wall that seemed to pulse with life. Maria's eyes widened in disbelief. It's breathing. Eddie's curiosity got the better of it. We have to see what's behind this. As he dug deeper, the wall reacted, the rhythmic breathing growing more pronounced. A sense of dread settled over the group as they realized they might have disturbed something ancient and powerful. The ground trembled again, more violently this time. The breathing wall seemed to expand and contract, as if the creature within was waking up. Panic spread through the group as they heard the rescue team above. "We need to stop them," Maria shouted. "They're waking it up." Henry managed to get a weak signal through. "This is Echo. Stop the rescue attempt. There's something down here, something alive." The surface team's response crackled back, filled with disbelief. "What are you talking about? We're coming to get you." Desperation filled Henry's voice. "You don't understand. If you keep digging, you'll wake it." Jack gathered the team, his face grim. "We have to seal ourselves off. It's the only way to stop the vibrations." Lisa nodded, tears in her eyes. "It's the only way." Eddie and Henry struggled with the decision, but eventually they agreed. They began to construct a makeshift barrier, their movements slow and deliberate. As they finished sealing themselves in, Jack recorded a final message for the surface. "If you find this, know that we did what we had to. Stop the rescue. Save yourselves." The earth trembled once more, the creature's breathing growing louder. The miners huddled together, their fate sealed as the surface team continued their rescue attempt, unaware of the ancient terror they were about to unleash.